Hello, in today's video, we're going to be talking about factoring using the x method. Let's say our equation is x squared plus 7x plus 12. The first step that we need to do is identify our coefficients, that is our a, b, and c. For our a coefficient, it's going to be that invisible 1. For our b coefficient, it's going to be the positive 7, and for our c coefficient, it's going to be the positive 12. As you can guess, for the x method, we're going to draw a big X. And so what we're going to do on the top of the x, we're going to multiply the a and the c coefficients, and that's going to give us 12. In the bottom of the x, we're going to leave our b coefficient by itself. Our goal is to find two numbers that multiply each other to give us the top number, and then the same two numbers need to add up to each other to get the bottom number. I like to do some side work, and I like to find factors of the top number. I find this to be easier than trying to find all the possible combinations to get the bottom number. So factors of 12, we can think of the start of 1 times 12. They multiply to get us 12, but these two numbers do not add up to give us 7. What about 6 times 2? Well, they do multiply to 12, but when we add these guys up, it gives us 8, but our goal is 7. Let's try another factor. What about 3 and 4? They multiply each other to give us 12, and these two numbers added up together gives us 7. So these are our missing numbers. Now it's time to set up our factored form. And the way to set it up is we have set of parentheses. And let's not forget our x variable. The last step we need to do is just add our numbers that we found, which is positive 3 and plus 4. If we were to distribute, we would get the same result as we were given from the start. So x times x gives us x squared. X times 4 gives us 4x. 3 times x gives us 3x. And then 3 times 4 gives us 12. If we combine like terms, we get x squared plus 7x plus 12. And that gives us back to the beginning from what we have. Let's go ahead and do another problem to get some extra practice. Let's say our equation is x squared minus 5x minus 6. We still do the same process of identifying our coefficient. Our a coefficient is still going to be that invisible 1. Our b coefficient is going to be negative 5. And our c coefficient is going to be negative 6. It's always important to bring down the correct signs. Now let's go ahead and do our big X. And let's do the process of multiplying our a times our c coefficient. And that's going to give us negative 6. And our b coefficient is going to be by itself, which is negative 5. Let's do some side work to figure out factors of negative 6. Because it's a negative 6, we're going to be having a negative and a positive number. So let's think of it. If we had, let's say, positive 2 times negative 3, we get our negative 6. But when we add these numbers together, they will equal to negative 1. And that's what we don't want. Let's think of something else. What about the basics of just 1 times negative 6? They do multiply each other to give us negative 6. And then when we add these two numbers together, we do get that negative 5. So that is our missing numbers. When it comes to negatives, always play around with what number needs to be negative. There'll be some cases where we need a negative 1 and a positive 6. Other cases, like this one, we do need a positive 1 and a negative 6. Let's go ahead and create our factored form. And then if we go ahead and distribute it over, let's see if we get back to the original equation. X times x is x squared. X times negative 6 gives us negative 6x. 1 times x gives us a positive x. Positive 1 times negative 6 gives us a negative 6. Let's go ahead and combine like terms. We get x squared minus 5x minus 6. And that gives us back to the original. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this video helped you with the X method when it comes to factoring quadratic equations. If you guys have any other requests of how to factor quadratic equations, please let me know in the comments below. Have fun studying!